Why, hello, Havana. So thought I would take this recorded lesson as an opportunity to continue our reading music expeditions here. Because I know that a couple weeks ago we did one about reading rhythm and we clapped along or sang along. Excuse me. So we're going to continue where we left off there. This is like the perfect thing for recorded lessons, I think. So we did rhythm, but the other thing that we're missing is pitch, and there's also a few other things called like dynamics, for example. Now, I know you have, I think, some experience with piano, maybe a little bit. I know we've done a tiny bit of piano, but so you might already know some of the stuff. I apologize if that's the case. But I'm going to show you a piece of music here. This is from a musical called Sweeney Todd. So this is like a typical piece of vocal music. We got the piano line here, so right here and right here. And then we have the vocal line up here. And you can see that, normally if there's a bunch of lines of music, you read first this line, and then this line, and then this line. But we can tell that it's not intended to do that because all of these lines are connected together. Right here, you can see that there's this line that connects all three of these staves together. So these 5 lines, this is called a staff. So this is one staff here, here's another staff, here's another staff. And we can tell they're all supposed to be at the same time, not one and then the other. And this is piano, this is voice. So really, if you're the vocalist, you would start here, and you would read, sing, 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 sing. And then when you get to the end of this line, you don't go here, because this is the piano part that was playing along with you. Instead, you go down here, and you keep that pattern going, right? So now we're here. So really, there's only 3 lines of vocal music on this page. It's the top line of these blocks here. It's the top line. So we would go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then over here, and over here, and over here, etc., etc. Now, I apologize if you already know this. You probably already do. But the higher up on the staff a note is, the higher up you should sing, and the lower it is, the lower you should sing. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see some of the notes here. In fact, I'll even adjust the angle a little bit. That's looking pretty good. So if I zoom in, you can see, like here, for example, the word is B, and this note happens to be an F. But you don't even need to know what the rest of the notes are, because let's say we start here, B. So we can say, be so quiet, and now you'll notice, oh, the note is dropping down. And so that's your cue that you're gonna lower your voice as well. So be so quiet, and indeed, and you can see it walks back up slowly. So be so quiet that who'll come by. That's what we have so far. And you'll see that it jumps up. So we're gonna try this actually real quick. And we're gonna kind of see if we can get used to reading by patterns. So when it goes down, that's your cue to go down in your voice. And when it goes up, that's your cue to start walking back up. So the words are, this is sort of in the middle of a sentence, but the words are, be so quiet that who'll, as in who will, contracted, that who'll come by it. So say that out loud with me, starting with B, ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. So that's the rhythm as well, right? That's be so quiet that who'll come by it. So now I'm gonna sing this once for you so you can hear it, but I want you then to sing along with me the next time, and we're gonna see if we can use these patterns to help remind us if it's going up or if it's going down. And that's gonna make learning a new song about 1,000 times easier, because you'll see ahead of time, like, oh, am I about to go up or down or stay the same? For example, these first 3 notes here are staying the same. So here we go. I'll sing it for you once. You can just listen for now, and then we'll try it together. Here we go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. So that's it. So let's try it together. Normally, I would repeat that several more times before we try it, but now we have the benefit of seeing on the page when it's going down and when it's going up and when it's staying the same. So here we go. Now, don't worry if this doesn't work first time, because this is tricky. But anyway, here's our starting note. All right, and the first word is B. Let me check, make sure you can actually read that. Oh yeah, you just about can. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. Here we go. One more time. Ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. There we go. Now when we speed that up, it'll go like this. So listen once, then we'll try it together. Here we go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. That's gonna be it. So now let's try it together at that speed. Again, normally I would repeat that a lot more times before we try it, but you have that added benefit of seeing ahead of time if it's going up or down as a reminder. And the cool thing is that the better you get at this and the more you learn about how this works, you can actually do it. You can sing something without ever having heard it, and you'll be correct as long as you know what notes those are. So here we go. Here's our starting note. Ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. There we go. And then once, just very fast. The actual speed should be something like that. So just a little bit faster than we did it. So here we go. Now, if you're not getting this right away, do not worry. We'll make sure that we go over this stuff in person as well, but this is just a nice introduction. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Be so quiet that who'll come by it. There we go. Okay, nice. So now let's look at an easier example because this is like the real deal here. This is as hard as it pretty much gets. This type, the music that you see on this page. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see just how much information there is in this score. This is called a score, by the way. So lots of stuff going on. Actually, before we even look at an easier example, I'll point out a couple other symbols that we can start to use. So the first one is going to be, if I zoom in here, first one is going to be this letter P right here. You might have seen this before. You might have learned about this before. This P means piano, kind of like the instrument. But what piano originally meant was soft or quietly. So if it says P here, that means this is going to be sung quietly until it says otherwise. So we wouldn't want it, if we were really staying true to this score, if we went, be so quiet, that would not be correct because there's clearly a P there for piano or soft. So really it should be so quiet. Maybe a little bit louder, but be so quiet that who'll come by it. That's what we want to do. So P for piano means soft. So remember that. Now, if I skip ahead a little bit, maybe we can find an example of the opposite of that. Let's see. Ah, yes, perfect. Okay, so let's see if you can see this right here. Oh yeah. So now you can see, so really strictly speaking, this F here is for the piano, but it doesn't matter in this case because piano and vocals both have an F. But anyway, when you see this F, like right here, that stands for forte. Hopefully you can see that. Oh yeah, you can, okay. So yeah, this F right here. That stands for forte, which means loud. So of course that's gonna be the opposite of soft. So that would mean that for this part, we wouldn't wanna go, so the notes preceding it are in by the sea, or in by the sea. So it would be incorrect to go in by the sea. It says loud forte, right? So in by the sea. We definitely want to be loud there. So yeah, we got piano, P for piano, F for forte, and we're going to start using these in our lessons. So remember those, but we'll go over them in person too. And then there's some other bonus ones that are in between piano and forte. If you ever see one with an M in front of it, so for example, let's see, oh yeah, you can just about see this one right here. It says MF. The M stands for mezzo. Mezzo means basically moderately or medium. So F by itself is forte, but MF is moderately forte, is mezzo forte, which is moderately loud. So kind of loud, but not really loud yet. Similarly, if you see MP, I don't know if there's, oh, just my luck, there happens to be one. You can just see it at the top of the screen here. It says MP. That would be mezzo piano or moderately piano, moderately quiet. So in order, I'll kind of show you one. Well, yeah, in order, we got like piano, would you be talking or singing? To be singing like this is piano. Then next we have mezzo piano, which is kind of like this. Then we have mezzo forte, which is kind of like this. And then we have forte, right? So we have those, at least those four. That's where they're, oh my gosh, the time is flying. Look at that, it's already 10 minutes. But, so the recorded lessons are usually between 10 and 15, so I'll probably do somewhere in the middle there just to keep it digestible and easy, because of course I don't want to go over too much, just in case you're unclear on something and I spend 10 minutes talking about it. But make sure that it's, oops, let me zoom back out a little bit here. Oof, come on, there we go. So this would be, I'll kind of set this here. This would be an example of an easier thing to sight read. I don't think we've ever gone over this page before. So let's just quickly do easy repeats here. So I'm going to give you the first note, and I'll kind of give you the context. The chord's this. So this first note here, sounds like this. We'll just kind of do, I guess we can do the words there. It says E repeat, F repeat, G step down to C repeat. Hopefully you can read that. Yeah, just barely. Anyway, we can use this as a sight reading example. So you can see that from here, these are all the same note, but then it goes up just a little bit. So that's going to be like the next note, and then it goes up a little bit from there, and then you notice that it starts walking down one at a time, and then finally we finish it off with 3 of the same note. So I'm just going to go over this briefly here, and then we'll look at it next week as well. So here we go. Do your best. It's totally fine if you don't get this right away. It's just to get you exposed to it so you can kind of see what's going on. So here's our first note, and we're going to go like this. Here we go. So remember, if it goes up, sing a slightly higher note. Here we go. Ready? And E repeat, F repeat, G step down to C repeat. That's it. So I would recommend going back a few seconds, trying that several times, just to sort of get that association going between what you see on the page and what you feel in your vocal cords as you sing. Anyway, that's going to be it for right now. Hopefully I'll see you next week, and until then, have a great one.